Hi, I'm Anna and this is my second review in my Evita series. I'm going to be looking today at Mary Maine's biography, The Woman with the Whip, if you can see that there. Now, this biography took its place in history as being the first English language biography published about Evita, and also for being inspiration to Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber for their musical Evita. Unfortunately, it's not a reliable source. I don't like to give a negative review unfairly, but I have given this 1 star for the following reasons. It's a biography that relies heavily on myth, most of which have been disproved. It passes these myths off as historical fact, and it doesn't reference them. There are no sources in the book at all, and despite being asked, Maine has refused to name any sources. She did see Evita twice, but she never met her, so we don't know where any of the quotes and stories have come from. It's also a very one-sided and biased biography. Mary Maine was born in Buenos Aires, but she grew up being taught in English boarding schools, and she comes from a very wealthy family, so she was part of a class that were not fond of Evita on the whole, and whom Evita wasn't fond of, and you can hear this bias in her words as you read. Much of the biography is very melodramatic. I'll read you a little bit off of the back blurb, and you can see what I mean. It says here, "There was a fatal fascination about Eva Peron that remains even after her death, an aura of evil that has become a legend." Now, there are many sentences like that in the biography, and it does feel a little bit at times as if you're reading a gossip magazine. As I've said, I have given this biography 1 star, and that's because of the pictures that are in this edition. The book was first published in the 1970s, but this illustrated edition came out in 1996 to coincide, like many other things, with the film starring Madonna. I'll show you a couple of my favourite photographs. I don't know how well you'll see this, but we've got Evita the film actress there. That's the earliest. There are none of Eva's childhood. Then we have another favourite. That one there, another glamorous picture. Unfortunately, a lot of these pictures have sarcastic comments underneath them. One particularly harsh one is beneath a picture of Evita when she's at the Vatican during her rainbow tour of Europe, and it says, "Eva at the Vatican, praying for a title which she hoped vainly the Pope would grant her." It's this kind of personal opinion of Maine's that's very negative that shines through in her writing, and I think it stops her from giving any factual picture. It's all about what she thinks of Evita. To summarise then, this is a very one-sided biography that seems to be more about the author's personal feelings towards Evita than actual historical fact. I wouldn't recommend it. Obviously, if you're a die-hard fan, so to speak, then it's one for the collection, but particularly if you're just starting out on your journey learning about Evita and you want a factual picture, then there are many more informed biographies out there. Nicholas Fraser's Evita, The Real Lives of Eva Peron is probably the one that I would recommend, and I've done a review of that as well. I hope that this is helpful to you, and that if you do decide to buy the biography that you get some use out of it, but I really wouldn't recommend it.